Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Concerns over COVID-19 are impacting many lives. That includes how our newscasts have been looking. In an effort to practice social distancing, our very own Mike Morkin, as you can see here, will be giving us some important news topics right from his home a little later in the newscast.
We don't know where the next, check is going to come. So it does not leave us very hopeful.
As Congress again fails to push a $2 trillion stimulus bill, we are seeing the real consequences of the coronavirus outbreak locally. Businesses are closing, and some don't know if they will be able to reopen once the pandemic is over. Valley News Team's Joshua Peguero spoke to a local child care provider who recently laid off workers and is now pleading for help.
Children of Hope moved into this North Fargo building last year to expand their services.
We just don't know what the future holds. We're literally a week by week daycare.
Faith Dixon and Hope Shepard, both sisters who run the place, say they have second thoughts on opening since the coronavirus pandemic has hit their business hard.
We've had to lay off 4 staff members at this time just because we don't have, the children are not present. We are a little nervous about the income part of the daycare running.
They say they went from having 74 kids enrolled to less than a dozen, income they desperately need.
If they don't make payments, we can't pay staff. We can't keep our doors open. We can't pay lights. We can't pay rent. So it's really putting us in a bind.
The daycare tells us they've had to turn kids around who have cold or flu-like symptoms, and that decision has been also hurting their bottom line. Their business could be one of several small businesses that could benefit from the federal stimulus bill, although Dixon and Shepard say they aren't hopeful. The sisters say Governor Doug Burgum should instead do more for child care providers. He could still pay providers for the kids who are not in school and get their tuition partially paid for by the state through its Child Care Financial Assistance Program.
If they don't find some way to continue to help us stay afloat, I don't think we're going to be able to.
They say state and federal governments need to act fast and lending a helping hand to see them through this pandemic. In Fargo, Joshua Peguero, Valley News Live.
Children of Hope Childcare says they currently only have about 10 parents paying tuition for their services. Regarding the 3 confirmed cases today of COVID-19, Governor Doug Burgum says one is a woman in her 30s from Burleigh County, one is a man in his 70s from Walsh County, and the 3rd confirmed case came in late this afternoon, so we don't yet know which North Dakota county it's coming from.
We are one of the states that is fortunate to, for the 3rd day in a row, have a relatively low increase in cases. This is not the situation in the rest of the United States, and it's not the situation in the rest of the world. And I would not want anyone to become complacent, to somehow think that North Dakota is geographically immune to this virus or this pandemic.
So far, over 1,400 North Dakotans have now been tested for COVID-19. 73 people are currently being monitored for symptoms. Democratic presidential candidate from Minnesota, Senator Amy Klobuchar, says her husband has coronavirus. Klobuchar says he started to feel sick when she was in Minnesota and he was in Washington, D.C. She adds he now has pneumonia and is on oxygen, but not a ventilator. And Minnesota Governor Tim Walz announced today that he will be under self-quarantine after learning he made contact with someone who tested positive for COVID-19. The governor will be quarantined for 14 days. A news release from his office says that he will continue to oversee the state's response to the pandemic from his home. Minnesota state health officials say the number of positive coronavirus cases in that state has risen from 169 to 235. Nearly 5,000 Minnesotans have been tested so far for the illness. As we moved through the day, the weather seemed to improve for a lot of us. Let's find out about this evening with Hutch in the First Alert Storm Team Center. Hutch?
We are enjoying some very quiet conditions here across the valley heading into our Monday evening. Blue skies aplenty, a few high clouds drifting overhead, but by and large, we are not having any weather issues whatsoever. Now, we do have a few high clouds. Those are streaming through the central Red River Valley right now, as shown here on the satellite and radar composite. Notice down along the South Dakota border, a few hiccups making their way across. We do have south winds today. Those have helped keep temperatures at bay, 10 to 20 miles per hour as a rule, with that warm weather hitting the western and central Dakotas where their ground is snow-free. Here's a look at your planner. Steady temperatures in the mid-30s as we go through the late evening hours tonight. Overnight, increasing clouds will be a factor in our forecast, particularly here in the Southern Valley. Low 30s tonight up in the Northern Valley. Now, we do have some warm temperatures to talk about, cool temperatures back to warm. Let's call it weather whiplash, and we'll spell it all out for you here in just a couple of minutes.
All right, thank you, Hutch. We miss our students. That's what school members want you to know, as it's been over a week since classes were last dismissed. Many events have been canceled, like the parade at Westside Elementary School. But as Valley News Team's Callie Hubbard found out, the community is staying in good spirits.
It was an event that was supposed to be fun and cheerful. Beaver Creek Townhomes was where the Wildcat Staff Parade was going to take off. Staff members were going to make their way through neighborhoods and end up at Golden Drive, but they want to keep everyone safe.
West side is the best side. Hi, Miss Showman.
7-year-old Elena Watson wants her teacher to know that she's still thinking about her.
We were bummed. Yeah, we were sad.
The parade was supposed to go down Watson Street
Because they were looking forward to, they made signs and, you know, they're used to seeing their teachers and staff.
But the Watsons say it's for the best. They want to keep their 6-foot distance, just like many others in the metro. Many neighbors are still finding a reason to smile.
I've seen kids going oh, there's 25, 26, 27, getting really excited about it.
People in the Riverwood neighborhood in North Fargo put teddy bears in their windows so children could find them on their walks.
It's just fun to have a community that quickly pulls together for the kids and even for the parents and gives us a reason to get out and get some smiles on our faces.
And the Wilds neighborhood in West Fargo is spreading positive words. Many spreading cheer, but doing it at a distance. In the Fargo, West Fargo areas, Callie Hubbard, Valley News Live.
The link to the Westside Elementary School Facebook video will be on our Valley News Live app. President Donald Trump just wrapped up a media briefing at the White House, during which time the president talked about steps that are being taken to help recover from the COVID-19 outbreak.
We are going to save American workers, and we're going to save them quickly. And we're going to save our great American companies, both small and large. This was a medical problem. We are not going to let it turn into a long-lasting financial problem.
We have the full news conference for you on our Valley News Live Facebook page. And the Fargo-Moorhead Salvation Army is taking steps to help stop the spread of the virus. Daily meals will no longer be served inside the service center, but will instead be available as takeout meals. The Salvation Army will continue to provide breakfast and lunch Monday through Friday. Those hours are from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. and 11:30 to 12:30. And on Sunday, the meals will be bagged for pickup only from 5 until 6 in the afternoon. The average price for a gallon of regular gas in North Dakota has gone down 20 cents in the past week, with today's average at $1.96. North Dakota joins 20 other states with an average below $2, according to AAA. The statewide average has not been this cheap since March 14th, 2016. A quick search on GasBuddy.com shows the lowest price of gas in the area is at Sam's Club in Fargo, which is $1.59, and that's also the price at Costco in West Fargo. One Minnesota couple didn't let concerns over COVID-19 get in the way of their wedding over the weekend. Their love stories coming up later on Valley News Live at 6.
Sunshine felt marvelous on our shoulders today. Temperatures warming up the most out to the west, where yesterday at this time it was 16 degrees colder in Dickinson. A few sprinkles out in the western Dakotas. I'll have how they impact your Tuesday forecast next.